So far as the para number is concerned, 289.4-2, let's see what can be the mode of furnishing the quarterly return. The following person shall submit the quarterly TDS and TCS return electronically along with the verification of the statement in the form number 27A. So 27 is nothing but one kind of verification form, verification statement. Okay. So when they are supposed to submit compulsory with the return along with the 27A. So who need to submit 27A compulsory along with the return? So point number one, when the deductor and collector, sorry, when the deductor or collector is an office of the government. Point number two, when the deductor or collector is a principal officer of a company. Point number three, when the deductor or collector is a person who is required to get his account audited under section 44AB in the immediately preceding financial year. Point number four, when the number of the deductee or collectees record in a statement for any quarter for the financial year are 20 or more. So if the transactions of TDS or TCS are more than 20 for a particular quarter, they are required to submit electronic along with the statement of verification, that is form number 27A. Barring the cases which is given above, any other deductor or collector can submit the quarterly TDS or TCS return either in paper format or electronically. Now, definitely other than that above which is given, other than they can go for the submission of written, either they can go for submission of written offline, or if they want to do submission electronically, they can do so. What will be the mode of uploading the return? The aforesaid electronic return can be submitted or uploaded under any of the following options. Option number one, uploading the quarterly return with the digital signature. So you can upload your return with the DAC, that is digital signature. Point number two, furnishing the quarterly return electronically along with the verification statement, that is form number 27A. And point number three, furnishing the quarterly return electronically along with the electronic verification of the statement form number 27A. So I think so you can see what is the difference between point number two. Let's read again. Point number two says furnishing the return electronically along with the verification statement form number 27A. And last one is also the same, furnishing the quarterly return electronically along with the electronic verification of the statement in the form number 27A. So I think so second and third option there may be a little bit different, but because of this darkened portion we are not able to find out. So not an issue. I will try to give a solution for this what is written here, because right now I am not having access to the original book also. So we will see what is the this difference between option number 2 and option number 3. Definitely we can find out. The next para number says 289.5. It is in the respect of the certificate of the tax reduction and collection at source. So definitely first part is the TDS has been deducted by your employer. Then they are going to upload the return. Then they are going to deposit your tax to the government department. And ultimately in the last they are also going to issue a certificate of the TDS certificate. So that is very important right now. So the certificate of the tax reduction and collection at source, that is very much important, because once the tax has been deducted by your employer or by any other person, definitely you needs to have a proof for that TDS or TCS has been collected, and that certificate definitely going to be issued by the concerned person who is looking after the TDS and TCS. So let's see what is the time limit or what are the provision in the respect of the certification of TDS and TCS, that is issuance of the TDS and TCS certificate. The TDS and TCS certificate shall be issued to the deductees or collectees in the form number 16. If form number 16 will be used in case of TDS from salary, form number 16A it will be used other than salary. So if you are having a salary from where the TDS has been deducted, you are going to get the form number 16. If tax has been deducted in other than salary, then you are eligible to get form number 16A. Form number 16B for the TDS under section 194IA. Form number 16C for the TDS under section 194IB. Form number 27D for the TCS. Please remember this thing. This is very much important. One MCQ can be framed on this. I can see the information which is given here. In the case of the tax reduction from the salary, a statement of the perquisite or profit in lieu salary should be separately given to the employee in the form number 12B. I will try to show you a form 16, form number 16A after the completion of the theory. At that time, I will also show you what is the form number 12BA that will be available in case of salary employee. So we can go further ahead right now. What will be the time limit? The next para says that what can be the time limit for the issuance of this TDS and TCS certificate. So the time limit is given. Friend, this is also very much important. Let's try to understand and try to remember the time limit. What is the time limit for the issuance of TDS and TCS certificate is given below. It is given again in the column format. First column is the form number, second column is the periodicity, and third column is shows the due date. Okay. So first form which is given is form number 16 and 12BA. It is both are same. Okay, same in the sense both are part of the same form. So it is periodicity is annually. So if your mom or dad who is doing a job, definitely they are getting a salary. If any TDS has been deducted from their job, sorry, their salary, then definitely they are going to receive one certificate, that is form number 16 and 12BA if it is applicable. So what can be the time limit for the issuance of this certificate form 16 by the employer on or before the June 15 of the financial year immediately following the financial year in which tax is deducted. So say for example in the previous year before 31st March the tax has been deducted by your employer. So definitely on or before the 15th of June of your assessment year you are eligible to get this certificate, this form number 16 from your employer. In case of form 16A or form number 27D, what is the periodicity? Periodicity. So the periodicity is nothing but the quarterly. So you can see what is the I can say the frequency of this statement. The first statement form 16 you are going to get is on the annual basis. The second 16A you are going to get on the quarterly basis. So what is the time limit? So it is written within the 15 days from the due date of furnishing the quarterly TDS and TCS return. In the other word, they have given the entire detailed things. Say for example, for the first quarter which is ending on 31st June, the form number 16A you are required to issue on or before 15th of August. In case of form number 27B, that is in case of TCS, you are required to issue on or before 30th of July. In case of second quarter ending on 30th September, you are required to issue the form number 16A on or before 15th November. In case of TCS, on or before 30 October. In case of third quarter ending on 31st December, you are supposed to issue the form 16A on or before 15th of Feb. In case of TCS, it is on or before 30th of Jan. In case of last quarter, which is ending on 31st March, the due date will be on or before 15th of June. And in case of TCS, it is on or before 30th of May. So this is the due date which is given, which are supposed to be followed by the each employer, or I can say the deductor and collective, for the purpose of issuance of the TDS and TCS certificate. In case of form 16B, now this is a new one. In case of form 16B, it is what is the time limit for the issuance of the certificate within 15 days from the furnishing the challenge in the form number 26 QB. In case of form 16C, what is the time limit? Within the 15 days of furnishing the challan in the form number 26 QC. Form number 16D, within the 15 days of furnishing the challan in the form number 26 QD. Next point is in the respect of the TDS certificate in the form number 16. So here a bifurcation is given. What kind of information actually provide form number 16 and form number 16 actually, that is it is in the two part A and part B. So what kind of information or contains they are going to give in part A and part B. I will try to show you the same thing right now after 5 minutes. So let's read out the content. In the part A of the form 16, it says that this part contains the following information of the employer and employee, summary of tax reduction at source, detail of tax reduction, deposited with the central government like TDS, sorry, slide tax deposited, BSR code of the bank, date of deposit, challan serial number, status of challan matching with the OLTAS. In verification, the deductor will have to certify the amount of tax deduction and the deposited by him. Last column says that how to generate the different parts of form number 16. So it is written the all deductor including the government and other, they are supposed to issue the part A form number 16 by generating and subsequently downloading through Traces portal. I will show you the Traces portal also. So the part A has to be generated from Traces portal. Part A of form 16 have to be unique TDS certificate number. Okay. What is the part B? What are the contents of the part B of form 16? Part B includes the details of salary paid, other income amounts deductible under chapter 6A, the tax payable and the relief under section 89. Part B also includes a separate verification to certify that the salary and tax return are the complete and the correct one on the basis of the books of account and other available records. And last column again it says that all the documents including the government deductor, they shall issue a part B of form number 16 by generating and downloading the through traces portal in respect of the all sum which is deducted on or after 1st of 2018 under section 192, the traces generate form 16 shall have the unique TDS certificate number. Okay. सो नो इश्यू, अगर समझ में नहीं आ रहा है तो कोई टेंशन मत लीजिए, ये सिर्फ इंफॉर्मेशन पर्पस के लिए हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं, अदरवाइज देयर इज नो अदर थिंग. When a person is employed by more than one employer during the financial year, so who will issue the Form 16? So if a person is employed under more than one employer during a year, each of the employers shall issue a Part A of Form 16 pertaining to the period for which such person was employed with such employer. Part B, it may be issued by each of the employer or the last employer at the option of the employee. So again, from here can also one MCQ can be free. Form number 16 with the data signature. Part A of form number 16 shall be issued only by downloading it from the Traces portal. Further, Part B of form number 16 in the respect of all sum which is dated on or after 1st of 2018 shall be issued by only downloading it from the Traces portal. However, the item number so and so, so and so, so and so, they can be filed by the deductor manually. It should be printed at the bottom of the traces generated form number 16, that is part B. Before issuing the part A and part B to the deductee, deductor shall authenticate the correctness of the contents of this part. Authentication can be verified either by using the manual signature or by doing a digital signature. Okay. TDS, a non-salary certificate in the form number 16A. So what is written? This form 16A shall be issued by the downloading from the traces portal by the following deductor. So I think they have given the name. Point A, the deductor including the central government who deposit the TDS in the central government account through the book entry if the tax is deducted on or after 1st April 2012, and in case of point B, that is in any company including the banking company if tax is deducted on or after 1st April 2011. Authentication of the TDS certificate in the form number 16A. Again, the same process is also applicable in 16A also. TDS certificate in the form number 16B. Let's try to understand this thing. If the tax is deducted under section 194 IA by a person who is purchasing an immovable property, the TDS certificate shall be issued in the form number 16B by downloading it from the traces portal. So I hope so it's clear. Next para, it's talk about the tax deduction and collection account number. So as you remember, in the first unit we have learned about the PAN number, that is permanent account number. In the similar way, in the fourth unit, when you are going through the provision of the TDS and TCS, there is a concept of the TAN number. So what is the TAN number? Let's say section 203A is applicable in this case. Every person who is deducting the tax under any section or collecting the tax who has not been allotted a tax deduction account number, that is a TAN number, they shall apply for the allotment of TAN within 1 month from the end of the month in which that tax is deducted or collected. So a simple provision is given as per section 203 capital A. If you are liable for the deduction of the TDS and TCS, so you are supposed to make an application within 1 month, within 30 days from the month in which the TDS or TCS has been collected by you. So be careful. This is the time limit which is given for the purpose of applying the TAN number by section 203 capital A. What can be the cases when the TAN is not required? So is there any case when the TAN number is not required? The answer is, or I can say that it is given in the form of the para. For the purpose of reporting of the tax deducted under section 194I and IB, the deductor is not required to obtain and quote the TAN number. He is allowed to report the tax deducted by quoting his PAN number. So if there are certain cases, so the answer is yes. In case of section 194I and IB, there is no requirement that you should compulsory go for getting a TAN number. In that case, you can quote your PAN number. Moreover, Section 203A has been amended with effect from the 1st of 2015 so as to provide that the requirement of obtaining and quoting the TAN shall not apply to the notified deductors and collectors. So again, this section has been amended and some, I can say, liberalization has been given further with effect from 2015. Next para, it is nothing but the section 197, that is obtaining a certificate of lower rate from the assessing officer. Now this para I have already discussed at the time when we are discussing the provision of the TDS. So in the unit number 3. So again I will try to summarize the thing. I am not skipping the thing, but I will try to summarize the thing. How you can obtain a certificate of lower rate from the assessing officer? For that a particular section is given, section 197. The provision of section 197 are given below. So point number 1, again it is written, टैक्स इज डिडक्टेबल अंडर सो एंड सो सेक्शन. सो इसमें से बहुत सारे सेक्शन हमने कवर अप किए थे. तो जो सेक्शन कवर अप किए थे आप वही पढ़ सकते हैं, बाकी मत पढ़िए, कोई जरूरत नहीं है. Point number 2, the recipient can apply in the form number 13 to the assessing officer. So in order to get a certificate authorizing the payer to deduct the tax at the lower rate or deduct the no tax that may be appropriate. If you remember, we have also discussed about the form number 13. So that is a form recipient can apply in the form number 13 for the purpose of what? Either you can go for the lower tax reduction or no tax reduction. Point number 3, the certificate of the lower tax, it shall be issued direct to the person who is responsible for deducting the tax under the advice to the person who made an application for the issuance of the such certificate. This certificate shall be valid only with regard to the person who is responsible for deducting the tax and named therein. If the number of the person responsible for deducting the tax is likely to exceed the 100, the certificate of lower tax may be issued to the person who made the application. And point number 4 says that if the recipient does not have a PAN, he cannot apply for the aforesaid certificate under section 197. So this is the particular I can say the provision of section 197. The next para is in the respect of how the lower rate is determined. Friends, in order to determine the lower rate of the TDS, the assessing officer has to also